Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into how the ocean has perfectly preserved the secrets of ancient globalization. We tend to think of international trade and complex cultural exchange as these very modern inventions, right? But as it turns out, the depths of the sea tell a completely different story.
Before we jump into the details, let's just pause for a second. Imagine what historical treasures are actually resting in the deep waters of the Aegean and Mediterranean right this very minute, just waiting to tell us their stories. For literally thousands of years, ships have traversed these waters, and well, not all of them made it to their destinations. When a ship goes down, the ocean floor essentially becomes an accidental museum. It completely freezes a specific moment in time.
Let's get right into it. Back in 1995, the Bodrum Museum of Underwater Archaeology won a special commendation in the European Museum of the Year Awards. But listen, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill museum building. It's actually housed inside the historic Bodrum Castle, which was built centuries ago by the Knights of St. John. Situated right between two harbors, it creates the absolute ultimate atmosphere for these sunken treasures.
Section 1. A castle of sunken secrets, where medieval walls protect ancient depths. Section 2. Uluburun, the ancient global network.
So, to really understand this ancient network, we have to look at a discovery that honestly changed everything. We're looking at a timeline, mapping out thousands of years of seafaring evolution. We start way back in the 14th century BC with the Uluburun, which is the earliest known open-sea merchant ship ever found. Then we jump forward to the 7th century AD with the Yasiata East Roman wreck, and finally the 11th century Serch-el-Amani Islamic wreck. Each one of these is a perfect, untouched time capsule.
Now, what makes the Uluburun ship so incredibly fascinating is the sheer diversity of its cargo. This absolutely wasn't just a local harbor run. Archaeologists found magnificent gold chalices and exquisite jewelry originating from Egypt, Canaan, Mycenae, and Mesopotamia. I mean, think about that. It proves that a highly interconnected, globalized network of luxury goods and raw materials was thriving long before our modern shipping routes.
Section 3. Evolution of medieval seafaring, transition in shipbuilding and trade.
Moving forward in time to the medieval period, comparing two very distinct wrecks give us a highly detailed look into how daily life on the water actually evolved. The 7th century Yasiata wreck, it's an absolute goldmine for understanding East Roman shipbuilding and the gritty day-to-day reality of the sailors. Fast forward to the 11th century, and the Serch-el-Amani wreck reveals the massive, booming scale of trade going on between the Byzantine and Islamic worlds.
What's genuinely fascinating about the Serch-el-Amani is what it was carrying. It's often called the glass wreck, and for a very good reason. It was carrying literally tons of glass cullets and manufacturing waste. The incredible irony here is that the ship sinking actually saved all this glass from being melted down and recycled back on land. Today, it serves as a total masterclass in medieval glassmaking. In fact, it stands proudly as the richest and largest surviving collection of medieval Islamic glass art in the entire world. How wild is that?
Section 4. Royal treasures and lost princesses. The high stakes of ancient diplomacy.
When we zoom in on the most elite items recovered from these waters, we start to uncover some serious high-stakes royal connections. Found deep within the Uluburun ship's cargo was a solid gold seal of Queen Nefertiti. And astonishingly, this is the only known solid gold seal of hers in the entire world. Just finding Egyptian royal property on a merchant ship near modern-day Turkey shows us exactly how tight diplomatic ties really were across the Eastern Mediterranean back then.
But it's not just the sea yielding royal wealth. Land excavations complement the sea's bounty perfectly. Just nearby in Halikarnassus, archaeologists discovered the sarcophagus of Princess Ada of the Carian dynasty. The magnificent gold crown they found inside highlights the phenomenal local craftsmanship of the ancient Caria region, as well as the incredibly rich burial traditions of that time.
Section 5. The economics of antiquity, packaging, perfume, and piety.
To truly grasp the socio-economic structure of this era, we have to look past all that flashy gold and look at everyday trade. Take the amphoret, for example. The museum actually boasts the largest Eastern Mediterranean collection of these in existence. Think of amphoras as basically the cardboard boxes or wooden shipping pallets of the ancient world. They're the fundamental key to understanding exactly how vital commodities, things like olive oil, wine, and grain, were packaged, stacked, and shipped across the Mediterranean.
When you put it all together, you start to get a much more complete socio-economic picture. You've got bulk trade goods moving right alongside luxury items, like those gold chalices and imported perfumes we talked about, mixed right in with highly specific cultural and religious artifacts. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. And speaking of those specific cultural beliefs, items like these kind of eerie bronze eyes, which were excavated from the nearby Padasa ancient city, give us an incredibly rare, intimate glimpse into the minds of the people who live there. They were specifically crafted to be placed into the eye sockets of wooden statues, and they reveal the intense spiritual and death cult practices of the indigenous Laleg people.
Commerce and aesthetics also blended together in some surprisingly, well, cute ways. Take a look at a hedgehog-shaped perfume bottle from the 14th century BC. They crafted this fun, very recognizable shape, filled it with luxury scents, and shipped it out. I mean, it's basically ancient brand marketing. It physically proves how Mycenaean aesthetic culture and commerce established a very real presence right there on the Bodrum Peninsula.
So, what does this all mean for us? Well, all of this points to the ultimate takeaway of our explainer. The ocean acts as the absolute ultimate curator. While land is subject to constant rebuilding, warfare, and recycling of materials, the seafloor just locks things away, totally untouched. Underwater archaeology rescues the history that land destroys, proving once and for all that global luxury networks and complex diplomacy are thousands of years old. Globalization isn't just a modern concept at all.
When you think about the astonishing reality of recovering Queen Nefertiti's only golden seal, or studying literal tons of sunken medieval glass, it truly sparks the imagination, doesn't it? The ocean is so incredibly vast and largely unexplored. It leaves you wondering, just how many more mysteries, how many more time capsules of forgotten lives and lost empires are sitting silently at the bottom of the deep right now, just waiting to be found?